Wow, it has been a while since I have done a video. I mean, this is great. I'm glad to be back. What is up, guys? It is Epidemic here with yet another video. Again, it's been a while. Last time you saw me, I was in Busan, South Korea. I hope you guys enjoyed that vlog, by the way. But anyway, we're not talking about that. Today, we are talking lenses. So let's hit it. Okay guys, so let's just try to make this as short as possible. I'm not gonna really ramble on much about anything, except for one thing. When it comes to camera gear, I actually try to be a minimalist so that I don't have a lot of stuff carried in my camera bag in different cases, like to the airport and all that kind of stuff. I just want to keep it nice and low and inconspicuous so that I won't have to go through like customs and stuff like that. Now, with that being said, today we are talking about the three-piece kit that I use as far as photography and video. Yeah. Now, this really isn't a video about like what lens is better, this lens versus this lens. I mean, those types of videos are kind of really, I don't see any point in them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love camera gear and it's great, but when you put them up against each other, it's just pointless. I mean, all the different gear you use counts when you make it count. So, yeah. Okay, anyway guys, with the lenses I have, we have 17 to 70 mil, 50 mil, and a 70 to 200 mil lens. Now, these are all the different lenses that I've collected over the years. Of course, I'm shooting on a 24 to 105, so I'm not going to count that as part of my kit because that is not what I want to use on a day-to-day basis. Now, with that being said, let's get started on each of these lenses individually. Okay, first up is the 17 to 70 mil lens. It is very, very good. I will be honest, this thing I have had for like almost 2 years, and it's a really good versatile lens that I use for everyday stuff like landscape, some portraits maybe, some urban photography, that kind of stuff. It's amazing. It's not even a high grade lens by Sigma. If you guys know anything about Sigma, they make lenses for Canon, Nikon, Sony, all that kind of stuff. And this isn't part of their higher grade lens line, but it might as well be because one, good focal range, has some great aperture behind it. I will get to aperture in a minute. Yeah, I'll explain that soon, just bear with me. Anyway, good focal range, good aperture, feels good ergonomically and feels heavy in a good way. Like it's not gonna get busted when you drop it. I mean, that would still suck, but you know, that's that, but it feels good. Okay, next up we have the Canon RF50mm 1.8. also known as the Nifty 50. So this lens, I really like this because this was the second lens I bought after I bought the EOS R6, which is the camera I'm shooting on right now. This lens is great. It is a 50mm 1.8 lens. That means it's good for low light photography. It's good for everyday stuff. I get some good thumbnails with this. It's really good, and it's called the Nifty 50 for many, many reasons. Because one, the price point of this, how it's so small, it fits in your camera bag pretty much anywhere you put it, and you could just toss this around like boom, here, I got you. Not only that, it shoots good in low light. So I've taken this with me into like caves and stuff, really just like one huge cavern. But anyway, that doesn't matter. This is good for everyday like indoor stuff that you want to shoot, and I highly recommend you invest in. Okay, now on to the 70 to 200. Now, this is the one I've been wanting to get to the most because one, I've only had it for a few days now. I've gone and tested this out a bit while at home. I haven't been to many places to test this out yet, but I can tell you, great lens, like awesome. I mean, the one downside I have about it is how big it is. I mean, like honestly, without the lens hood, it's considerably smaller. I'm gonna take that off real quick. But anyway, this is a good lens. I love it. It has some good depth of field. It has some good bokeh. It has a good focal range for stuff that I'm gonna be shooting next month at like events, graduations, blah blah blah. You get the point. It's great for that kind of stuff, including like nature photography. Like if you want to get close up on the action with this, it'll do the job without you having to risk your life, like taking photos of like a tiger or something. Okay, now before I continue, these two lenses are EF versions as opposed to this one, which is an RF version. If you guys are confused, I will explain. Now, Canon has been focusing more on their mirrorless line of cameras, which is a different mounting than these two are with their DSLRs. These two, they go on their DSLRs, which is why I keep an adapter for those two lenses so that it can properly fit. As opposed to this one will fit right on the camera with no problem. These two, I have to keep an adapter for them so that I can do that. Now, Devin, why would you ever want to get a lens that doesn't fit properly on your camera? Well, let me tell you, this adapter actually made it a lot easier for me to find a good lens for both situations at a good price. I mean, this isn't even like the newest high-end lens, but it does the job just well. And this one I've used for like everyday stuff, and honestly, it costed me a lot less out of the bank. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the new high lenses that are coming out and the ones that are already out, but anytime that I can lower the cost of my gear, I will take it. I will take it. Now, with these lenses, they have something called aperture in them. What that means in photography terms is the iris in the lens, all the blades in there, open up, let tons of light in, which is great for some low light photography, especially with this one, because this one has an aperture of 1.8, so it is fast, as opposed to these two, where it's a little bit slower, has a 2.8 aperture. So you guys are getting a little less light, but this stuff, good for everyday like stuff. This one, I like to get some good depth of field on it. Whew, that's pretty much what I mean by aperture. So don't really like take this as to like, what lens should I buy? Which lens is better? I mean, really it comes down to what are you shooting? What are you doing? What's your budget? Like, those are the only things that you really need to think about. And with this lens kit, I really think you just should like build up and save for all this stuff. Like, it's really just gotten me down to the definitive of what I should use as far as gear goes. Honestly, anyone that's starting out will struggle with what kind of gear should I get, when really they should be worrying about like, what do I need as an artist? So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else to ramble on about, so you guys are good. Okay guys, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on social media, like and subscribe if you want to. That'd be great. And I hope to see you in the next video. Later.